profile. How we can draw the profile? It's really easy. What should we select here? The profile. I select it, and here I use UNN. Here I put it in 30 centimeters, and here I want to have accurate drawings. I put it in centimeter. Where should I draw it to be correct? Here I draw an imaginary rectangle, and I put 30 centimeter here, and the thickness, it can be 5 centimeter. Okay, load it in the project to see its location. Here I select thread and profile, what we just made. It's here like this, and it's because of the thickness which we have. I change this to 5 and apply. Where is it right now? It's a little above. Why? Let me close the extra things. It's above of this level with as 5 centimeter distance, so I should have it here with 5 centimeter. This will be the total height, and everything will be downward, so it won't be higher than the surface of the steps. When I load it, if you want to have it with 7 centimeter thickness, you need to draw it downward for 7 centimeters. Now nosing here, for example, 3 centimeter, and when I have it, it will be like this. What happened? The shape of the profile is fixed, and right now it's like this after having profile. How we can control this? We can move this a little without nosing, or we can make it longer for 3 centimeters. Here 33. When we change it and override it, it will be correct. It will be stick to that part. And here I can have some edits. It's completely closed. I can have some shapes like this, like old steps. We used to call it stop. They work as the brakes. I use a split at these middle points like this, and then I trim them. Okay, and this seam is too deep. I change it like this. What else? I can move them a little, and I select the line, and then here a little fillet, and a section, a seam like this here, S and L split here and here, even L and I to have line. I can fillet this corner, and some more holes here. For example, this one can be copied here as well. Then a split and trim like this. Okay, this will be like this. When I apply it, it will be with this shape. Really easy and beautiful. And when we design some profiles for the razor, it can be there as well, which here in profiles we have profile stair nosing. When we design it, here is for razor face, and the thread surface is this line, and here we should draw profile in this quadrant, and the nosing which we want to have can be shaped here. Let's draw something just as an instance to see what happened. Something like this without any special measurement. I delete this and a split, and I load it in the project, and here in nosing family 2 and apply. As you can see, it will be there like this, and we need to control its height and size, but it's a good option, you know. Here in nosing we can put the hidden lights according to the shape of the threads. We can have the hidden lights here and put them in the project as some details, for example. But be careful, there's no any material. You can't have light material. Let's be here and have some change. For example, it was 5 centimeter downward, so it can start from here, UN, because there's a new place. I change this to centimeter, and here it can be 5 centimeter, and this section like this I delete it, then I connect it, and here, for example, it was 5, so here it can be 12, and its width can be 1 centimeter. Then I load it again in the project, and it's like this. And let's have 3 for nosing. It's 3, and now I move it to this side, for example 2, but it's not possible to have minus there. It was a mistake. I changed it to 0 to have it exactly here. Okay, as you can see here, the profile is in its place at its side, and when you want to return it, for example, you want to have it in 3 at this side, what should we do? We need to change its place in profile. I move it to this side, then here 3, and I load it again in the project. As you can see, it's at this side because it's behind that line, and now there's an overlapping. How much is this size, what we have here? When I move it a little, then here it will be out of it. In other side, the thread will be like this, but they will be sticked and it will be fold, and it's not possible to edit it because it's inside of it. But when you have a normal razor here, for example here, instead of family 2 default, they will be correct. Or this one, it will cut this section, or default and slanted, it will be like this, razor and without nosing, another shape like this. And we can also draw some profiles for razors, and we use nosing to have it like this, and raising is exactly here like this, and it's completely correct. For example, it's stone with this thread. We can design razor as well right here. I need profile again, and I can design something as razor here. In this section, it's in meter. I change it to centimeter, and whatever I draw here, it will be considered as the profile of the razor. Something like this. I just want to draw it for now to be able to know about its position. And a seam like this, split here, and I move this. Then I load it in the project. It's family 3 here, and for razor family 3. See, it's here, so it should be behind the line to be in correct position. Right here, I need to move this a little and make it thin. Then I control its height. The total height can be 17. And I move this hole. Then I load it again in the project. See? Again, we need to control it more. We need to decrease the height, which it's according to the thread. Now it's sticked here, so we need to move it down for 5 centimeters. Okay, stakes, corrected, move it down one more time. I need to disjoin it. Now 5, and when it's here, the total height should be 17. Then this line, I raise it. Okay, it was overlapping, it's deleted. I move it, and this seam adhere, and I load it again in the project. Just I want you to see this and understand the positions. Now it's here. It was 3 about the nosing, and here we can control it more. Now there is 1.5 centimeter distance. I can have 1.5 more, and it will be inside of the stairs because we don't have many space here, and we need to have the designs exactly same as this space. I move it a little and it will be okay. And you need to practice a lot to be able to have correct works here. And we need to control its height. Let's measure it here. This distance is 12.78. So here control tab, then from here to here 12.78, then its height will be correct. I move it a little more, and then this seam can be smaller. I load it again in the project, and as you can see it will be correct. It can even be moved more, but you should know that you can design many things here in Revit and use them in your projects. But the only problem here is that in landing, Revit doesn't recognize profile correctly. Here save as run is selected, but the profile of thread is not there. It doesn't recognize it even when I deselect it. We don't have the correct profile of the thread here. When I apply it, as you can see, thread is there, but its profile is not there to be able to have it and apply it. And even nosing is there. I can have the things which I designed, for example family 1. As you can see, it doesn't work. And now family 3, it's like this, and I change it to default. So be careful about this. When you want to have details, try to have it in details. And sometimes you might think you can draw a step instead of landing to solve this problem, but it won't be correct. See, to be able to control the landing and have it correctly, here we can draw this, and then we can have the next step here. Then this will be the landing, but it's not possible. Let me control it. It can be till here to have it bigger. Okay. it will be destroyed, and you're not allowed to do this. See what happened? The step is here, but the profile which we designed, its size was fixed and it doesn't recognize it for this section, but we need to have boundary here instead of razor to close it like this, and okay, but it not allowed to do this because it should be ended by razor, and it's not correct. It's not possible to have steps instead of landing, so be careful about it. Even when you draw it manually, when I remove these and I can draw stairs manually, it's not assembled. Okay, I put the razor here, 120 the width, and pick line here, here, here. It's inside of it. There should not be any overlapping. And I move it down. Some more razors here. All of them, 120. See? And it's not correct again. There remain steps. I need 4 more steps. Let's have them. 30. Yeah, here. It's boundary. Here again, 30. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Boundary again. I close this. And this section. Okay. I need to consider the path as well. Here till here. And see what happened. Here again, there is that problem. What happened here? Let me remove the nosing because we have the razor. I change this to defaults. And look at here. What happened here is that this part, the profile is correct, but it won't cover the landing because this profile is fixed and we didn't know about this landing and its size. And if you remember, the profile was according to the depth of the steps. Okay, so we need to be careful about it. Okay, there was some important things which we need to say about the stairs, and there were some problems. It might be because of the Revit software or something else. I couldn't see the correct number of remained steps, if you remember, and some other bugs. And here we can have support for each section. There can be a support for each side, but right now we removed support. It's not possible to have it again. Why? Because I changed this to none in support. When I select it again, it will be there again. And there can be some profiles for support as well. Carriage, for example, and we don't need it for concrete stairs. And this is a support which it can be there, and we can have some change about it, about its shape. Even its profile can be changed. And these profiles which are here, which we just made, they are here as well because they are general and it's usable here. And support for metal stairs can be something with many different shapes, which you can design all shapes. You know how you can do this. You can design it there and have it easily. Okay, that's it, the stairs. There are some more tips about it. For example, how we can have numbers for it when it's in the plan, or to have it correctly in the details, which later in phase 2 we will talk about them. In next part we will talk about the railing, and in this way we can finish the topic of circulation panel.